I'm here in Liverpool at the DCP conference.
I'm here at the BPS conference in Liverpool.
I'm here at the BPS Division of Clinical Psychology conference in Liverpool.
I've been to quite a few different things.
Been a mixture of kind of meetings and small group work that we've been doing, but also some fantastic keynote speakers.
Just been to various symposiums over the past few days, got involved in some of the discussions going along.
Been attending some of the talks in the different symposia, which has been really interesting just to find out about the different research that is going on.
We have several professors of clinical psychology giving keynotes.
So yeah, be for anybody who's interested in psychology at all, just come and have a look, see what people do and see how you could do that yourself.
This is an opportunity to bring together people who have very innovative and creative ideas and an opportunity to share those ideas together.
Just been to a session now on working in transgender clinics and being a transgender clinical psychologist and working around gender generally and mental health.
It's been a mixture of very big keynote speakers.
We have a wide range of delegates.
In between the keynote speakers, we go into smaller symposiums and there's a choice usually of 3 or 4 different things that you can go to.
So it's about fostering as much discussion as we can have, I think, without trying to impose anything.
And so in our poster sessions you can browse at leisure and see the various things that are happening.
The posters are great because they provide a summary of lots of different work that it would be impossible to hear because we're already so busy and hearing so much. But you can actually just take your time in the breaks and go and read about all the different posters and all the other bits of work as well.
You know, who knows, you might look at a poster and go, oh, there's something that really excites me that I didn't know about.
Also been presenting a poster about some of the work we've been doing back at Stevenage, which has been a good experience and a good opportunity to kind of talk to others about what we've been doing. One
of the important things at a conference is to see the diversity of activities that people do.
Well, there's obviously all the lectures and like fantastically interesting speakers. Had some really interesting topics discussed.
And I think for me, the importance of something like this is just being able to come together with either people I agree with or people I might disagree with quite vehemently.
I think the programme organisers have done a really good job at thinking of a core theme and then asking lots of different people to come and contribute to that.
So we've heard keynote speakers who are from the political world, we've heard clinical psychologists who are engaging with politics, we've heard from service users who are living the impact of policies, and it's felt like there's an awareness in this conference and the presentations that have been put together and the symposia that we have to engage in that level if we're going to do our job effectively, so it's been really good to see that this year.
It's early days at the moment. This is still primarily psychologists talking to each other, but something new is starting to happen here, so let's see where it goes.
It's also an opportunity for people to make and refresh friendships.
And also the Fringe Festival has been a big part of attending that in the evenings. It's been great fun.
I didn't actually know about before I arrived, and then when I opened up the pack and like you get this really cool little leaflet about all the other events that are going on.
We've got talks, music, hip-hop, photography, various different things, lots of people with lived experience coming on and talking in various different bars and clubs and galleries around the city about their experiences, and we're just starting to make it more of a public thing.
Which has been a series of arts and mental health based events in the evenings of the conference.
I've been at the main conference obviously, but also went to the Fringe last night, so I want to put a mention in for that because I think it's a really good idea, and the people that we saw at the Fringe were great.
And the idea was to say, rather than the entire 3 days being about psychologists talking to each other, let's take psychology out there, let's actually show what a discussion about mental health looks like in the public sphere.
The conference organising committee have decided to be a bit braver this year and just fund this Fringe Festival and do something a little bit different, and if we're going to keep evolving as a profession, we need to keep trying doing things differently and seeing what works and what doesn't, and this conference has had some brilliant stuff that has worked.
So it's an experimental idea. We're not really sure where it will go yet, but it's basically, we've done it, we've set it up, it's happening, people are coming to see it. Brilliant. Let's see then what evolves naturally from that, rather than trying to impose it and trying to control it.
So there's really a really wide variety of things that you can do.
Definitely some that I've kind of picked up on, kind of key issues to be thinking about.
There's so much quality at this conference this year that you can't decide where to go. There's 4 streams at any one time.
Really busy. I kind of ran into a symposium yesterday and said, I seem to have spent the entire conference thinking I'm going to be late for something because you're rushing from one thing to the next.
Where do I go? How can I be in 2 places at once?
And then it's a really nice chance to socialise as well and to catch up with people.
And it's just, it's my first time at DCP conference, and I know it sounds very naive, but I just didn't realise how much work was happening behind the scenes. All the posters, you know, speak to that, all the different areas of research that people are involved in. So yeah, the busyness is a theme.
I think it's important for all of us in applied academic professions like psychology to make sure that we keep touching base with our colleagues, to keep touching base with our scientific basis, keep touching base with our professional practice. So we use the annual conferences to reacquaint ourselves with the things that we're otherwise in danger of losing touch with.
This year's DCP conference has been about doing things differently. So if you feel that you've got an understanding of what clinical psychology conferences are like, you haven't, come next year and see it's going to be something different again.
It's just so interesting to talk to other people, and I think that was perhaps what I hadn't done before. So I definitely come again, maybe like meet up with the people I've met here again, and just see how people progress over time.
I think, yeah, it's really inspirational, and I'd absolutely recommend it to everyone.
No, I am happy to recommend people to come to the conference. It's been extremely well organised. It's had a diverse set of opinion, and it's made people think and talk, and that's what we're there to do. So.
Attending the BPS conference has been a really great experience, so as an assistant you kind of don't always get the opportunities to find out about everything that's going on, and just kind of seeing the people who have kind of qualified or are in training to find out what they're doing, and to bring that all together and find out what is going on in the kind of area you're specialising in.
It's just so interesting to talk to other people, and I think that was perhaps what I hadn't done before. So I definitely come again, maybe like meet up with the people I've met here again, and just see how people progress over time.
I think, yeah, it's really inspirational, and I'd absolutely recommend it to everyone.
Be you an assistant, a trainee, newly qualified, or qualified for 20 years, coming to this helps you have interesting conversations.
I've been here now for a day and a half out of 3 days at the conference, halfway through, and already the presentations have been inspirational, somewhat humbling in that people have been clearly doing things that I am deeply in awe of. It's been refreshing, it's also been friendly, and it's been challenging. That's what conferences should be.